Another week in government, it seems like no scandal is out. The Prime Minister this morning has faced immense calls from all around to resign as Prime Minister due to a scandal that has occurred in lockdown where Christmas parties were held in number 10 and no social distance was claimed to be happening at these parties by the Prime Minister's own press secretary. Now, what we want to find out from the public is, do they think Mr Johnson is actually fit to lead this country? And do they think that we should trust him to make those decisions that also impact all of the public? Or is he just not fit to lead and we should get rid of this Prime Minister? Maria, what's your thoughts on Boris Johnson? Do you think he's fit to lead this country at the moment, or do you think he should resign, as many have asked at the moment for him to do so, due to scandal week after week from Owen Paterson to sleaze, now to a Christmas lockdown story that we're hearing from the news? What do you think should happen to Boris Johnson?
I think with everything that's gone on and with the big thing about the party of last year and everybody else being in lockdown, not seeing their loved ones, I think enough's enough and it's time to go.
And what are your thoughts on politicians as a whole? I mean, we've seen at the moment there's been clear signs that cocaine, a Class A drug, has been used in the House of Parliament, as 11 of those 12 bathrooms have been found to have traces. Do you think we can trust these people to make decisions on our day-to-day lives whilst we're seeing clear drug use in those places, or we cannot trust our politicians?
It is a worry, but I think you find those kind of... It's happening everywhere and you can't brand everybody together, but it is a worry.
And what are your thoughts on the fact that Boris Johnson has come out today and denied the Christmas party allegations, but hasn't launched an inquiry into it, despite his own press secretary releasing this video that's come out recently, showing her to see that there was no social distancing during these parties? What's your thoughts on that? Do you think he's again wrong for doing that?
Yeah, he's wrong, yeah. We clearly know he's lying now and it's embarrassing.
So what's your thoughts on the Prime Minister? Do you think he should be trusted to lead this country despite scandals week after week at the moment? Tory sleaze, now that the Christmas party lockdown scandals coming on. What do you think? Do you think he should be resigning at the moment or not?
Resigning could be going a bit far. Like, look, if he resigns, who's going to take over? It's one rule for them, one rule for everyone else, as it always has been with politicians. Am I wrong or am I right? You know what I mean? I think, at this day and age, I think you need to just get working class people in the politics, because we are the people that are out here every day working our balls off 9 to 5. We pay our taxes, we enjoy ourselves, but yet we get discredited for taking cocaine and all these other drugs, but yet they can do it. And one rule for them, another rule for us.
You think it's right that politicians in the House of Parliament have been found that in 11 of those 12 bathrooms there was found trace of cocaine? Now there's been a police inquiry. You think this is just absolutely disgusting that people in those House of Parliaments, those politicians that we vote for, we trust, have been taking cocaine potentially all the time, and now only now recently has it actually come out?
No, definitely not. With so much power, you're putting it in the hands of a child with drugs. Every bad decision anyone makes in their life is because of drugs and drink. You're putting so much power in their hands, but yet they're doing the same as we. So they're no different, are they?
And what do you think about the fact that the Prime Minister this morning, despite we've seen this video come out with his press secretary, who said that there was no social distancing in this Christmas party, and the Prime Minister he's still denying it? He's still saying that he's not done anything. Do you think he's potentially, again, wrong for not actually admitting his mistake, potentially? Because around him, everybody said that he's done it. But what do you think? Do you think he should potentially come out and say that he's done wrong? Or is it right that he can continue to deny and deny and deny?
Look, he'll deny it. Same as they always do. They'll lie through their teeth and tell us one thing, another thing will happen, and nothing will ever come of it. We're just the people, we'll always be the people that'll just stand there and shout, but will never be heard. As always, unfortunately.
What are your thoughts on Boris Johnson as the Prime Minister? Do you think he should resign, or do you think he should still be allowed to run the country, especially after these scandals week in, week out? We've had the Tory sleaze, now the Christmas lockdown issue, parties that they've held. What do you think about him?
I think he should resign. I think he should step down. The public it's not doing anyone any favours. I don't think anyone likes him really, apart from if you live down south apparently. And I think the Green Party should step up and have a little go at the wheel, give them a chance and you know, have a little sit rep in a couple of years and see how we're doing. That's my thoughts.
I feel kind of like the same way. Most of politicians though nowadays are incredibly corrupt, as Kit stated. I do think that the Green Party should step up. They got my vote.
And what's your thoughts on the parliamentary politicians as well, especially when we've seen that in the House of Parliament itself, we've had 11 out of 12 bathrooms that have been found to have trace of cocaine in, yet those same people are making rulings against cocaine and other drugs as well. What's your thoughts on that? Do you think those parliamentary politicians are to be trusted with this, or no, they shouldn't be trusted at all, just like Boris?
Wasn't there a bloke that was also having an affair during lockdown or something? Yeah. It's not on, is it? It's pretty hypocritical, I'd say. So it's just, we don't need it. Fuck them all. Fuck the Tories as well. You know, that's all I got to say.
I mean, they're all narcissists, you know, like Matt Hancock, he did have an affair, he thought he could get away with it. It's all that thing for power, they all think that they're above everybody. Now, I don't really know how to feel about the cocaine, like at the same time it's like, it's just a bit of a bummer, isn't it? Yeah. A bit of fun, but to then deny
Are they above the law, mate? Are they above the law?
As I say, it's all just for power, it's all like, they're all incredible narcissists.
The question is, why is weed still illegal? I'm serious. Why is weed still legal? I know it's off topic, but it's all linked. It's all linked. It's stupid. Why are cigarettes and alcohol forced down your throat, but something like weed, which opens your mind up, that's frowned upon and thrown in jail for that, next to the rapists and the murderers for doing a bit of weed? Those are the questions. This is the government we have. I don't have faith in them. I think they're fucking stupid.
And what's your thoughts on the fact that the Prime Minister has, despite in the morning we've seen the video of the lady who's obviously said that there was not social distancing. By the way, this is the press secretary of Boris Johnson, and he's yet still denied this Christmas party without social distancing. What's your thoughts on that? Do you think he's lying once again, or do you think he's actually to be trusted with this?
I would never trust anything I see of the guy at all. Even if I was sat down and have a conversation with him, I feel like he's a puppet and he's just saying what he's supposed to say from people higher up making him say. He's not a trustworthy source.
I mean, he's going to deny it, you know, if there's evidence of him literally, like, doing cocaine, he's going to deny the accusations, of course, you know, it's the reasonable thing to do in his power, I suppose, but, yeah.
Luke, what are your thoughts? Do you think the Prime Minister is fit to lead this country, or do you think he should be resigning after this scandal today?
I think with the continuous actions that we've seen of Boris Johnson and his lack of understanding of certain things, where it does feel like every little accusation is just waved away, it is showing his lack in leadership as well. And although he has gained popularity for obviously the start of the vaccination, unfortunately at this time I think the trust in government and himself has declined, and I think it's come to a point now where he's either got to prove himself a lot harder or just walk away.
And what are your thoughts on this scandal at the moment? I know we've seen this morning the video has come out with the lady who's spoken out about this and said that there's no social distancing, yet the Prime Minister has told us that there'll be an inquiry into this, but he's yet again denied these allegations. He says it's not true. What are your thoughts on it? Do you think it was right, or do you think it probably didn't even happen? What do you think about it?
I just think that, again, this is going again about trusting the government itself as a Tory government. As we've seen now, a lot of people's trust in government has declined over the last 2 years, and it's just deciding now where, with this new party, are we going to accept it's just a walk, forgive and forget sort of issue, or are we going to accept now that this has gone far enough? Are they taking our interest in public safety, or, you know, especially with the coronavirus still happening and Omicron as well? So we have to decide whether we want to accept this government going to continue on, especially with the news of this Christmas party, where now it's just a very open joke and it feels like a half-assed apology from Boris Johnson today, and whether we can accept it or not.
And what are your thoughts on politicians in general at the moment? We've seen in the House of Parliament not too long ago, there's come out that 11 of the 12 bathrooms in the House of Parliament have found to have traces of cocaine in. I mean, can we really trust these politicians, or do you think it's just not right to be able to trust these people at the moment?
I think it's a very difficult time, because obviously now, like, with the more stories that we're being told about Tories, it's coming obvious now that the current government that we have is not taking best interest, and it's just to them, if the continued use of cocaine, it's just a big party for them. And I think with, like I mentioned before, the trust in governments now, it's a lot harder, because obviously we have two parties, both Labour and Tory, who, although they are different cloth, they still technically have same attributes. And I think at this time now, it's just questioning, like, who do we trust as a government, and whether we want to reshuffle, or if they want to take this job seriously and gain more trust other people, what should they do, who they should get rid of, and how we can progress as both a nation and a United Kingdom.
That's it, perfect. I'll